Now there are major differences between these two cars, which are noticeable from the outside, and that mainly is the wheels, 20-inch on this, the Hellcat, and 18-inch, surprisingly, on the Demon. Also, the hoods are completely different.
People have been waiting for this car, and everybody said, you're launching this today, where have you been hiding this? How did you keep this a secret? You know, the funny thing is, we've been hiding this car in plain sight. We've been driving this car around, testing it. Everybody thought it was a Demon.
Right.
Because it has the same wide body in it. So shortly after we started working on the Demon, we thought, you know what, we're making this big investment in this wide body kit. One of the things that people have been asking for on a Hellcat since day one is give me a little more tire. Give me something that I can get a little more handling out of, but even more so, give me something that I can get a little more traction out of for my 0 to 60 times and my quarter mile times. You know, the aftermarket's putting bigger tires than the 275s, but the most we could put on the car was a 275. Now with the wide body, we've got 11-inch wide wheels with a 305 and a 20-inch wheel, so you can get the big brake package of the Hellcat for the braking, but I can give you that wheel and tire for the traction and the handling. And what it's done to this car is amazing, because I can now give you EPS, so you got electric power steering, so you can actually change the way the steering handles on the car. And with the wider wheels and tires, I dropped my 0 to 60 times by a tenth. You're at 3.4 seconds now, 0 to 60. And right off the showroom floor with the stock Pirellis, you're at 10.9 seconds, which is a big deal, from 11.2 to 10.9, 0.3 of a second in the quarter mile. And the handling is so much better now. The combination of the EPS and the wider wheels and tires, we picked up 2 seconds on a 1.7 mile road course. Now, put that in perspective. If you're not really used to times on a road course, 2 seconds is 13 car lengths versus an already amazing car, the Hellcat.
What started as a 707 horsepower engine in the regular Hellcat became an 808 horsepower engine in the Demon. And then if you get the toy box, which has the ECU unit, little tires, a whole bunch of other toys in it, well, you can get 840 horsepower out of this vehicle. And basically, at the end of the day, if you add in $1 for a passenger seat and another $1 for the rear seat, you can hold a family of 5. Now, okay, granted, they're going to be a little bit cramped, but this is 840 horsepower. I might not be a great daddy, but I'm a bad daddy with this.
Can you kind of talk about the changes that you did to the engine compared to the Hellcat?
Sure. So, I mean, it's really a new engine. Obviously, we changed the color on it to red, so that's a very visual thing that stands out. The supercharger externally looks very much the same, but it's a 2.7 liter blower instead of a 2.38 liter blower. Still made by IHI. In order to get enough airflow into the supercharger to make the power we're making, we've got an open air filter. We now have 3 inlets to the filter. We've got the one through the park light where we've had before. We also have the one on the bottom of the air box where we've had before. But now we've added one to the hood scoop, which is a massive hood scoop, over 45 inches square of opening. Quite different than the Demon in the fact that the suspension is a Hellcat suspension, where the Demon is very specific to the drag strip, the Demon, the weight transfer theory, all that stuff. The Demon's sprung quite a bit softer. This still has all the Hellcat attributes to it. Brakes, standard Hellcat brakes here. The Demon has got the smaller front brakes on it for the weight savings.
And the tire compound is actually different as well?
Oh yeah, it's a very unique tire. It's a Pirelli 305/35/20. We have a 4-season and a 3-season, specific to the car, retuned for the car. We pick up a pretty decent amount on the skid pad. On a Hellcat with a 275 tire, we go from 0.93 Gs to 0.97. And we accelerate quicker too. That bigger contact patch on the rear lets us accelerate quicker. We pick up a tenth 0 to 60 and a couple of tenths in the quarter mile down to 1090s.
Nice. So what is the 0 to 60 time?
3.4 seconds.
3.4 on the wide body.
On the wide body, yep.
Of course, you can get the crate is over there, and you can get that for $1?
For $1. It's exclusive to the customer of the vehicle. The purchaser of the vehicle has the option to purchase this after sale for $1. It includes a new controller, which allows the high octane fuel mode. It also has a new switch bank which replaces the one in the car, which then has the high octane button. So once you have high octane in the tank, you can engage the button and run on the higher fuel. It changes the fuel and spark map on the car to make the additional power.
Do you have to swap the ECU, or can you actually drive on the street? I mean, how does that work? The ECU itself?
The ECU, yeah, you can leave that in. Once it's in the car, it's fine, because it'll run on pump gas. Only when you switch to the high octane mode will it go to the high octane mode.
And it comes automatic only?
Automatic only, yep. It comes standard with just a driver's seat, but you can option the passenger seat for $1, and you can option the rear seat for $1. On the interior, we've got some new finishes. We've got a new surface on the steering wheel. Comes standard with cloth seats, but you can option to leather seats. You can also option back in the 18-speaker Harman Kardon audio system. You can put a sunroof on the car if you really want to. You can get quite a few of the creature comforts back if you really want to. You also get a customized bezel for your HVAC outlet. You can put your name on there. We have a new air filter, and then we have all the tools required to change the front tires when you're at the drag strip to skinny front runners, and we provide wheels as well with the kit. So it doesn't come with tires, but it does come with the wheels. And then you can see this foam tub sits right down in the spare tire well, and it's got places to kind of nest all your bits and pieces of the kit to make it very convenient to get to the drag strip.
Can you retrofit this kit to like an older Hellcat?
No, the reason you couldn't is we didn't want to have just a stick-on appearance type flare. This flare is actually bolted onto the car. So each fender is clearanced, so laser cut, and then it's structurally set up that it actually bolts onto the car. So this is a structural part of the car now. This is a part of the car. It's not going to go anywhere. This is not a stuck-on flare.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess technically you could do it, but it would be...
replace the fender.
Yeah, you'd have to replace the fender and cut out the quarter panel. But you know what? For $6,000, I can do it for you. It's a lot cheaper.
Pricing starts at $71,495. Now bear in mind that the regular Hellcat starts at $64,000 and change. So there is a little bit of a premium for obvious reasons. And remember, this also has a new steering system. It's an electric power steering system. So there are some major differences. By the way, that price also comes with the gas guzzler tax. For the Fastlane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real-world reviews. We'll see you next time.